What I want to do is go over the foundations of the business again at high level. If this is your first call, welcome. So a lot of the initial questions will be in the system. So I just want to, this is a football, right? Vince Lombardi started every season with the fundamentals. John Wooden taught his players how to tie their shoes so they had better grip and they didn't get blisters. We're going to do a little bit of that. But foundational, I just want to give you all a heads up that heading into the holiday times, for some of us, can be a time of, I call dream stealing. And what that means is sometimes we're around people that don't share our beliefs, that don't share our eye of the tiger, that, some of the folks are satisfied where they're at. Some of the folks don't believe like we believe. And you must protect yourself against that. So I learned a long time ago, we got some of our family that's awesome. We got some of our family that we love. But I learned a long time ago to always have a book. And if things get too crazy, instead of me trying to participate when I'm on the front end of that time together, I'll just kind of maneuver myself away and I'll just go read or study or do something that builds myself up in the Lord. Now, I'm happy to have leadership and influence, but I want to make sure that that's when I'm heading out the door, not when I'm entering in. So I just encourage you, be careful who you share your goals with and your dreams. You don't want to be sharing it with dream stealers. Sometimes it's better to keep that stuff a little bit close to the chest and then tell folks after the fact, when you're making 20, 30, 50 grand a month, you can talk about it a little bit more because you're more founded, you're more rooted than on the front end. That thing is fragile and you don't want to, it's your job to protect your thinking, right? The farthest distance you'll ever have to travel is 6 inches from your right ear to your left ear. And make sure you go back in at the beginning of the program. There's a lot of training and equipping on goal setting and on the 3Ms, right? Model, which you have, best in the world. Mentors, which you have, I'd say best in the world. And mindset, which is what you need to get best in the world to unlock the capacity and the potential of the model, okay? So just have a plan when you're going into these things. Hopefully some of you, it's not an issue. But if it is, don't be like doop-de-doo. And then, you're sharing all this stuff and you got people poo-pooing your goals and your dreams. Like that's your fault. So guard your heart, protect your mind, right? And really simply, the Bible tells us, think about things that are good, pure, praiseworthy, honorable, of good report. Think on these things and the peace of God will be with you. So have a plan going in and then have a plan to recover. If you find yourself like feeling crappy, what are you going to do to reestablish yourself? What are you going to do to build yourself up in the Lord, right? That's on you all. And, plenty of ways to go about doing that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen. Harry, can you see?
Yes, sir, I can.
Awesome. So the BOSS system, business operating system, any business system has 3 components: attract, invite, delight. Okay. The attract system, you always start with your network. Who do you know who has a business? Who do you know who knows people who have a business? Your church family. And you just say, hey, look, we're launching this cool new ads AI thing. I'd love to give you a demo and potentially a free trial. Done. And we have some language, perfect, simple scripting that you can use. And again, your goal is to run to one. What's that mean? It's just your first deal done. First person on the system that you're working with. Then you want to start to run ads as soon as humanly possible. And you're using your ads AI to run your ads for your business, right? We recommend, earmark $1,000, $1,500. And what'll happen is you'll velocitize your harvestability because you'll speed up the point at which you can create money. And then you reinvest the money into your business and you speed it up. It's the fastest way to get to 10, 20 grand a month or whatever that initial goal is, right? Because you're going to be paying for that either with time, doing a whole bunch of organic stuff, or you just use a little leverage, you use a little spend. If it's me, I'm putting that on a card and I'm just getting it done, period. What are the ads? Real simple. You're running an ad that says something like how Smart Vertical is leveraging AI to get more quality patients, clients, customers, subscribers, members, whatever the terminology is for the vertical. Simple. Click here for a free 15-minute demo. Okay, that's it. Work with your network, run ads. Done. Then you invite. And the invite system is real simple. You set up that initial demo. During that call, we're doing a diagnostic. Why? Because to prescribe before we diagnose is malpractice. So we diagnose, we primarily focus in on their capacity. So their gap of how much load, how much throughput can they handle without having to expend square footage, machinery, teams. And that's what we triangulate everything on. Hey, here's some solutions that could help you, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver, hit your goal of 500 grand a year. Then we invite them to do a 1-week trial of the Ads AI app. or plugin using only a giveaway ad framework. So for the chiropractor, that's giving away a $200 evaluation, giving away some gunk, giving away an ebook, giving away a free stretching consultation, giving away a box of crap that they can take that makes their spine straighter, or their ligaments have more ointment in them and flexibility, or I don't even know, but they'll know, and you can help them, and you can use ChatGPT, and you come up with a really valuable giveaway that people will opt in and say, you know what, I'm interested in that. You help them set up that ad framework, which will take about 5 minutes. They plug in their ad account, they plug in their website. If they have a crappy website, you find a vertical that has a good website, you plug it in, you put a radius around their business. Hey, what kind of a radius will people travel to your chiropractic office for? 3-5 miles. Okay, great. You circle it, you run it, you put the ad, you put the prompt in. And again, we have training on all this. And then you click go and you forget about it. Done. During that 7 days, so the thing has to run for 7 days, because at the end of the 7th day, there's some optimization that happens within the system. They will be drip the AI training videos, which we're producing for you. Those will be done here within the week. And the ad AI training videos are about the different AIs that they have access to. And they'll get a 3-minute video. And the ones that are demo able, they'll get a demo, like the conversational AI. They'll be able to call a number and have a conversation. And then at the end of that, you have your second call, which is a prescribed call. Real simple. First thing you do is you look at the ads or the leads that were generated. Cool. You invested $100 and you got 53 leads. That's fantastic. Now what you need to do, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver, is you need to pick one of those 53, let them know they won, and then you need to call the other ones and offer them some type of a discount to get them in to your underwater basket weaving service. Next, you ask them, you say, hey, great. So, we sent you over these different AI tools. Which one of these did you resonate with the most? Man, I loved the recapture AI. That made a lot of sense because we got a lot of traffic, and to be able to recapture that would be fantastic. You make a note. They love the recapture AI. Cool, man, that conversational AI, I really didn't like that. That was kind of creepy. They don't love the conversational AI. Then you prescribe. Hey, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver, based on your goal to get to $500,000 a year, and that you resonated with the recapture AI and you had good results with the ads AI, here's what I think we should do. I think we should start with the ads AI, and I think we should get you into the recapture AI system. How does that sound? Man, that sounds fantastic. How much does it cost? Great. Harry, what were the 3 pricing options that we talked about yesterday?
So let me get that pulled up right quick.
Or Caleb, if you recall, I don't think Jules was on that call.
So we're thinking setup fee $1,500 to $2,000 or $2,500, and then there's kind of 3 different ways that you can
just tell us the numbers.
The numbers: $99, $299, and $699.
That's it. Okay. Again, this is during your first 3 to 5. Just keep it simple. You don't have to charge a setup if that's going to be a constraint. We'd rather you harvest here. As you get more confidence and competence, you'll have a lot. We give you an actual formula based on the revenue targets of how you can just take their objective, apply a percentage, and come up with a budget. And then you charge that, because the small business will have less requirement of help and support than the big business. So you need to charge appropriately. But to get started, keep it simple. So great. That sounds fantastic. How much does it cost? The best part is how affordable this is. So there's 3 options. We can do it for you entirely, so you don't have to mess with it. We can do it with you, or we can just give you access to the plugin and let you rock and roll. Which one of those do you feel like resonates most with you? Well, I kind of like the idea of you guys doing it, but it's probably going to be a budget thing. Fantastic. Okay. Well, let me walk you through it. So if we did it for you, it's $699. And if we do it with you, it's $299. Which one of those meets your needs better? Well, you guys just handle them. That's pretty cool. Okay, great. And then the only other thing is we just have a one-time setup fee to get some of this stuff plugged in, and that's $2,000. Okay. Oh, $2,000. That's a lot. Well, I mean, is it? If we can help you go from 350 to 500 grand, is it a lot? That's what, $150,000 off of a $2,000 investment? That's not a bad ROI, is it? No, but still, I don't think we could do that. Okay, fantastic. What do you have available? What if we could put you on some type of a payment plan for that $2,000? Well, if we could get started for 500, then we got a green light. Okay. So here's what I can do for you. I can take a $500 down payment, and then we can just split the payments over until that's paid off. What kind of a payment would be comfortable for you to pay on that? Right. So you just work with them, you work it out, done. Again, As you get more confidence, as you get more competence, this will all be easier. But at the beginning, just keep it simple. 3 prices, offer a setup fee, be flexible on it, put a payment plan together for them. Done. Next, move on. Okay. Tom, is your question about what we're talking about here?
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Yeah. With regard to this, what if a customer says, Tom, I'll give you $1,000 a month for that service? Okay. Well, our cost structure is $699, $299, or $99. Do we have flexibility to charge more if they're willing
100%.
to pay?
Yeah. Eventually, we want you to charge way more.
Okay. So these are guidelines to start, basically.
You charge whatever you want. So if you want
okay. My second follow-up question to that would be, for using your example, you mentioned, okay, we'll give you the ads AI and the recapture portions. Okay, and I might reply, well, we'll give you the done for you $699 for ads AI. To add the recapture, we'll add another $500 to that. So it's a total of $11.99 for both services. Do you upcharge, or is that $699? Is that based on just the ads AI? Or are you saying for the whole platform? That's my question.
I'm saying you guys do whatever you can do that you're comfortable with. And at the beginning, your first 3 to 5, this is just a simple framework that you can run through that doesn't require any cognitive load like you're going through now. It's good you're thinking about this. I love you're thinking about it. You can charge whatever you want. You can charge as much as you want, as little as you want. Here's some general guidelines for your first handful of deals.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I appreciate you asking that. All right, Elvis. Elvis is in the house.
Hello. Thank you very much. My first call here, so hello to everybody. Good to be here and share with you and learning. I wrote it in the chat, but is there a plan or a way that you draw a line and we do it with you? Part of it, like, is there like we do X, Y, C, and you do A, B, C?
Yeah, that's a great question. I love it. You can go very deep. You want to know what I would do, Elvis? First few clients, if they want to do done with you, if that's their price point, then I would still treat them as a done for you. I would just do whatever we need to do to get them results.
Okay.
Period. So I wouldn't worry so much about the line in the sand. This is more of just a pricing framework, because it's always fine for you to under promise and over deliver.
Right.
Not fine is you say, hey, we're going to do it for you, and then you end up just giving them the app. But you can do as much or as little as you want within all these 3 tiers. This is, again, more of just a pricing framework. Because the other thing, it's hard to distinguish that, Elvis, because you don't know what their technical capacity is.
Right.
So the done with you for somebody who's been running ads for 10 years might be 1 inch of effort.
Right.
The done with you for that same business, that same size, for somebody who's never ran ads might be 10 units of effort. Okay. But what's our goal? Our goal is to get them results, get them service, because then they'll repeat, they'll be delighted, they'll refer. When you call, they'll answer, and you can upsell them. Right. So really, whatever it takes to get them results. And the cool thing is it don't take much with Ads AI.
Right.
It's just the configuration.
Another question on the demo. You mentioned a few times, and I don't know. I said a few times. I don't know if it was today, but I also was watching the other video from earlier last week. The at the 1 week mark on the demo, there's an optimization process that happens in our side. Is that optimization will be affected on the 1 week results for that person, or is it going to be happening in week 2?
Great question. So it kicks in, and so it flags some additional reporting. So they won't be the beneficiary of the optimization if they turn the ads off. They'll be the beneficiary of the visibility and the optics of the optimization. So they'll see, of these units, these were the ones that did really good.
Right.
And, these were the ones, if I can do this right, that did bad. They'll see that, but if they don't continue, they won't receive the harvest from that.
Okay, so basically they say they got 5 leads in week 1, but as soon as our optimization kicks in, he say, hey, we see these potential areas for improvement because XYZ. Next week you should be able to get 10 leads.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, dude, that's really brilliant thinking. Perry, make a note. Caleb, make a note, please. Perry, you got to unmute. Let me know you're hearing me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Get this to Caleb. I'm not sure if he's listening now, but we need to add that to the call to prescribe process.
Okay.
And the language is what Elvis just shared. It's, hey, and by the way, this will be the worst these ads ever produced. So if you spend $100 and you got 5 ads, which they'll get way more than that, Elvis. But if, let's just say you spent $100 and you got 40 ads, hey, look at this data right here. That means we can make some tweaks so that next time you spend $100, you can expect to get 75 ads. How awesome is that, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver? Well, that's pretty cool. Can you see the power of AI working on your business to help you hit that $500,000 target?
And that's what I was gonna say. Then that's what the AI is actually doing the job at that point.
100%. Yep. So that's something definitely that we want to highlight and amplify. Perry, do you have that captured?
I got it. Yep, I got it.
And I would just, pull this part out of the video for some specific conversational dialogue, because that's it. Thank you for sharing that, Elvis. That's brilliant. I do that naturally, but I love that you're seeing that, because that's a really powerful point. And you can even further contrast it with, hey, without ads AI, like, first of all, you need to learn how to go into Facebook and analyze all this data. Second of all, you need to know what to do with the data. How cool is it, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver, that this thing will just tell you exactly what to do? And how do we optimize that? It's real simple, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver. We do more of what works and less of what doesn't. So these ads that are under KPI, we would just turn these off, and then we would run more ads like these that are winning. So if your cost per lead was $100 divided by 50, which is 50 cents cost, let's say $100 divided by 50, which is $2 cost per lead. We make these optimizations, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver. Will your cost per lead be less or more next week? It'll be less. Maybe you'll be able to get them for $1.50 or $1. That's the power of the AI. Do you see that, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver? Yes. The system automatically will do more of what works and less of what doesn't, and also notify you to help you do more of what works and less of what doesn't. How cool is that, Mr. Underwater Basket Weaver? Can you see how this tool, this powerful tool, will help you move towards your goal of $500,000 a year without having to add square footage, without having to add headcount? Yeah, pretty awesome, isn't it? You've never worked with something like that before, have you? No. All right. Love all the hands coming through. Perry, make sure we put that in the system. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Are these all questions on invite? Because if they are, let's go. If not, we can go through and we can circle around and get them at the end. So as long as they are, go ahead, Lisa. I just don't want to hear any squealing tires or honking horns. Looks like you're driving. You riding a car, a boat, or what are you on, a plane?
Yeah. Well, my situation, I work during the day for the government. I'm ready to retire. I started my business 15 years ago. So I've been dibbling with a lot of different Facebook ads, but I'm a permanent makeup artist. So I know a lot of artists, and we're high ticket price. So my question really quick is AI offered only in the United States?
No.
Oh, excellent. Like all the countries, or?
Yep. I believe you'd have to go in the portal and look, but I believe it's in something like 35 languages now.
Oh, so excellent.
As long as the ad platform is operative in the country and we have the language for the country and you can communicate with people that speak the language, then you're golden.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, you bet, Lisa.
Spanish is one of them.
I'm not sure who just talked, but Holly, you have your hand up. Go ahead. What's up, Holly?
Hey, what's going on, Paul? I have several questions, and I will only do one, but one is going to be about later. Hopefully it gets answered. Do we have contract templates for them, or can they do month to month? Okay. The setup fee.
Hold on. Yeah. So great question. We can answer that right now.
Okay.
You can just do month to month. And at the beginning, again, your first handful, I wouldn't even complicate it with any kind of contract. Do you sign a contract when you're using an app on your phone? No. Do you sign a contract when you're using a Chrome extension? No. We want this to be treated very similarly to a plugin, because a plugin is light and easy. So you don't need a contract. You just say, hey, look, this is, month to month. If you don't want it, just let us know.
Cool. All right.
Later on, when you're doing all kind of other stuff, you can have a contracts and we have templates and all that stuff. But at the beginning, keep it simple. And if they ask for a contract, if they're like, hey, I want a contract, you'd be like, you don't need a contract. I want a contract. Fantastic. Just let us know and we'll get you one, or just run it through ChatGPT or Google it. There's no magic contract. A contract is legally binding if there's a signature. You could literally do a contract on a cocktail napkin in crayon and it's legally binding. So your contract could simply be an email you send. Hey, we're going to do this. We're going to use this thing. We're going to work to you month to month. Here's the price. Send it. Doesn't need to be that much more complicated.
And they're paying us directly, however we decide to receive those funds. Okay.
100%.
setup fee, to justify the setup fee, so like the first free week we say we're just going to do Facebook. The setup fee can be that we help them set up all other platforms that they want to use, or I mean, because I feel like the setup is already done.
I would keep it simple. I wouldn't get into all those other platforms until you personally have run ads on the platform for your bib. Don't even go into it. So at the beginning, just do Facebook. And then the setup fee would be, so it's easy if they're adding another AI tool, right? Setup fee to cover that. The setup fee could be you could just say something as simple as, and the setup fee is just to get you fully onboarded, make sure that everything's running well, and just keep it. They're not going to, I'm telling you, they're not even going to care. They're going to be so blown away by this tech and what it can do for them. By the time you get there, you're not going to have anybody give you a hard time about the setup fee. Awesome.
Thank you.
You bet. Hey, Perry or Jules, are there any other questions? I see chats coming through. Are there any other questions in the chat about Attract, Invite, Delight? And y'all, just so you know, I dropped the link to this training in the chat. So Perry, could you just click on it, make sure it's opening up properly, please?
Will do. Yes, it's open. Yeah, I got it open.
All right, so y'all have this now. Okay, so then Delight. What's Delight? You implement the prescription with CBI. And last week we went over how you fulfill. So the ads AI, that's something you fulfill directly. Some of the other ones, we need to be involved. The recapture AI, they need to have 10,000 hits. There's some different nuance, but last week we covered that in the training, and there's a document that walks you through it. Attract, Invite, Delight. Here's a diagram you all should have access to that goes through this again in more of a visual framework. Attract, Invite, Delight, Attract, Network, Paid Ads. I would just encourage you not even to putz around with organic. Your foot in the door is your free trial, right? So if it's your run-to-one with your network, it's, hey, we're doing this new thing with Ads AI. Love to give you a free week. If you're running ads, it's how smart vertical is leveraging AI to get more quality name of lead in vertical, free 15-minute demo. You diagnose, you intro, you do the discovery, which again is a capacity gap. Underwater Basket Weaver is at 500 grand. They can get up to 750 without adding headcount or having to expand their square footage. That's the whole target of everything. Free trial, book a follow-up call. They get the demo. It's a 1-week demo. During the week, they get dripped different educational pieces on these different things. Then you follow up, you go over the leads. What do they like? They like the thing. They don't like the thing. Your proposal is a function of the things they like. As it relates to the capacity gap, you invite them to the service. They say yes. Then you board them based on the prescription that you came up with during the call to. Diagnose, prescribe, delight. Don't overcomplicate it. And also, I just need to give you some coaching. We're getting some questions coming through that are not here on this call. So all these questions on this call were fantastic. They were context-based. They were born of reality. But we don't want hypothetical questions. I've instructed the team to just literally ignore hypothetical questions. Okay? And here's why. We deal in truth. God is true. His word is true. And one of the greatest distractors that the enemy can bring to your mind is get you thinking about all this potential stuff that could happen one day, perhaps, maybe. Okay? Prune that out. Don't even worry about it. You want to build everything born of necessity, based in reality. You don't want to learn just in case. Someday, I might get a question about that thing down the road. Now you're loading up. You're like Santa walking around with a big sack filled with stuff that you will never use. You want to always learn born in the moment, right? So don't learn someday, learn just in time. It's called just in time